So, hello, fellow Earthlings. This is Earthling 6455463728. And like Jonah Hill, I really avoided being topless when I was really overweight. And I'll go into that in a moment. Let me say, I have lost 85 pounds from my heaviest. I have kept that weight off for more than 5 years. I used to be in the Army Reserves for a while. I also have a couple of degrees and I've traveled a bit. Not as much as Jonah Hill. Anyway, with respect to Mr. Hill, I have to say I loved that dude's movies. I loved his movies. I don't know if he stopped, but I loved those movies. They were probably not, people wouldn't like them as much maybe now if they would have come out now, but they were great movies, you know? And when he played the bad guy, oh my God, I believe it. I completely believe it. So much so that there's a time when he called people, gay people. I guess somebody was following him, and a paparazzi person was following him, and he called the person, an F word, and then he had to come and apologize for it. And that kind of overlaps with his character in one of the movies, where he was playing this psychopathic person, really untrustworthy person. But anyway, aside from that, number one, he has done a really good job in reducing his weight from the first time we saw him in many of these movies. He has kept it off, which is really, really good, honestly. I'd thought that he'd gone up and down, whatever it was. But if that's how he looks in those paparazzi show pictures that he shared, as compared to how much he used to weigh before, he's done a really good job. And he should remember to be proud of the fact that he's probably helped himself, I don't know that he would have felt comfortable, nothing to do with his appearance, but I don't know if he would have felt comfortable surfing and doing some of these other things that he's done at the body weight that he was previously. So, definitely bravo, well done. With respect to myself, that the time when I was really overweight, I know that I don't even know. I liked other people. It's funny. I remember liking this girl, and I don't know that my appearance really bugged me that time. Maybe I had started losing weight, but smoking this how I smelled was a lot bigger, and the fact that I smoked at all really did not help me and her in terms of me feeling confident and whatever else. But I can definitely attest to the fact that when I was at the seaside and I was afraid to take off my t-shirt for fear of what people would think about me because I didn't have the body that I wanted. I mean, even when I was a lot lighter, I didn't have the physique that I wanted. I didn't have abs, I didn't have a chest, I didn't have, well-formed arms. So, yeah, of course, there's a big difference between me and Jonah Hill, which is that I guess he has been that weight for a really long time. Maybe most of his life he's been overweight. For myself, maybe I didn't have a chiseled physique like I wanted, but I remember at least one compliment from a guy, when I was running across campus. He's like, "Man, you look like a gazelle." And I was like, "Thank you." But, I think about that sometimes. But, yeah, there would be that difference. And I guess I am really lucky because I could have just continued on a path to just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But at some point, I really pulled out all of the stops and just really, really tried to lose some weight, and it worked. I borrowed a bike from one of my friends and I would ride to work. And I actually thought at that time that exercise was going to help. Exercise is to be healthy. Exercise is really a very small bearing on how big you are. How much stuff you put in your mouth, that's the bearing. And these days that's how I maintain my weight, by taking care to note what is going in my stomach. And yeah, with respect to Jonah and these pictures from the Daily Mail, on the one hand, I would say that a part of my evolution has been to, for me anyway, I don't know if it matters to him, but if he'd asked, I would recommend it. I've heard that other people's opinions of you is not your business. And that is true. I accept that. And I accept that other people are not going to like me. Whether I look good, whether I sound good, whether I smell good, whether I say nice things to them or about them, there's some people who are not going to like me still. Of course, every time you do one of those things, that reduces the number of people. But at the same time, you can't love people. Are not going to like you sometimes because other people like you. So in order to get them to like you, everybody else has to hate you. It's like an on-off switch. You can't have both of the two things at the same time. So I really accept that, and some things are more important than people feeling positive about you, or people liking you, or people approving of what you do. There's some things that are much more important than that. And I have accepted that. And I've accepted that people will say bad things about me. And I'm glad that he seems to have recognized that. For myself, and for himself, I don't know, but for myself, I exercise now to chisel my body. I am at a decent weight, maybe a smidgen smaller than I should be. I'm certainly not like The Rock or anything like that, but I do want to see my chest. I want to see my abs, which I can see more now because I guess I exercise on top of being smaller, and I like that. I like passing a mirror and seeing something that I approve of. And I don't know. I don't think that Jonah would know. Maybe he doesn't know a path to get to that point, but holding the reins of your body and controlling your body to make it something that you don't even have to post about that. What do they call those pictures, those thirst trap pictures or whatever? I am sure he would love to post a picture like that, and he can. He just has to learn to control his appetite. And I did. That's why I'm saying it. I'm not just saying it like, poo-poo on you. And let me tell you, I know it's hard. The areas of my life that I control are those specific areas that I might talk about. The other areas of my life that I don't pay attention to are more than likely, much more of a mess. For example, I do not date anybody. So for anybody looking at me and weighing my worth or my value or how happy I might be by that measure, it would be like, but you suck, And yeah, that's okay. But, sex lasts 15 minutes, half an hour, 2 or 3 times a week. Of course, there's intimacy. Of course, there is, spooning and all this other stuff. But you have to pay for that in terms of compromises, in terms of the other person pissing you off, in terms of, so it's not, the whole idea is that that is supposed to make your life better. But being happy is really like a personality thing. And it's much less do you have a partner? Do you have a whole bunch of money? Do you have this or that? All that stuff is you. So you really do need to control your personality. And just suffice to say that I think that the areas that I concentrate on are give me good returns. And there are things that are going to be lacking in my life. But at some point I can decide, hey, let me try that. Because I have learned to control myself, I can always try to figure that other part of my life out. Anyway, it was really nice to see. And I hope that Mr. Hill, Jonah Hill, I hope he gets a body where he can like look at the haters and say like, now what, kind of thing. Because it really is, it feels to me, it feels to be somewhat of an easy task. I would not have thought that it was easy back in the past, but then I didn't know what buttons to push, you know? I didn't know that I don't have to see results at the end of a week or 2 weeks or even 3 weeks and be like, oh wow, because sometimes it doesn't work out like that. Sometimes it might take a month, sometimes it might take 2 months, and then you just, wow, when did this change happen? When did I lose 10 real pounds, not water weight pounds? So, or when did I start seeing my abs? Or when did I see, you know, my vascularity or whatever it is? And yeah, the more control that you have over your body is the more control maybe you have over your mind. And the more you can actually achieve things that you never thought that you could. And I hope that Mr. Hill is on that path and not just kind of, okay, I feel a little bit better kind of thing. And I'm even. No, I think he should gain control of himself across many different parameters. And who knows, maybe even like star in an action movie or something, the way that people would never have considered before. I think that would be amazing to see him in an action movie as the lead character. So yeah, have a good one, Jonah. And everybody else, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, any kind of feedback you'd like to give, that you would like to receive yourself. Peace.